Damn, already. You know what? I pay for I pay some BS that I keep getting this poor quality still to get my money back, huh? Y'all keep messing with my lives. I pay for this service, so I don't know. I don't know. Is that taking it too far? Should they have to pay for bad service? What do you think? Yes. I'm back. Yeah. As soon as I started this live, they get the buffer in my ish. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly. They're messing with me. So, I don't know why, man. The time with me, I guess. I never have an issue playing a YouTube video that I'm watching as I'm driving through the streets. But for some reason, when I try to do a live stream, I'm always getting this buffering going on. Yeah, that's how they do. So I'm gonna pick up the story. So I take this dude aside, right? I'm like, hey man, let me holler at you for a minute. Cause he's like, oh, I feel like jumping somebody right now, spitting on the ground and shit. I said, let me holler at you for a second over here. He's huffing and looking at me with these, he's taller than me, so he's looking down at me like, and his hands he's opening and closing his hands, a lot of posturing, right? See, he's more like a gorilla than a lion. I'm a lion. Dude's a gorilla, all right? We know, what happens. Gorillas, they do a lot of beating of their chest. They pound the ground. They do a lot of. Oh my goodness. Anyway, so dude's doing a lot of posturing. I know cats like that. I can read people well, and I've been dealing with that with cats like that. A lot of my adult life, so I know what they're about. All right, but so I'm looking at him. Dead in his eyes like this. Because I asked him if he didn't want to work for me. As he's talking this weird bullshit about teamwork and being treated like a man and not being disrespected, I'm looking at him like this. And he's like, it basically trying to say that I was disrespecting him in the way I approached him. When all I said was, hey, what I need you to do is work with this, hang out with this journeyman so he can show you how we're doing the switching. Because tomorrow you're gonna be doing some switching, so I need you to know what's up. That was basically it. But that's when he had a problem with that. He had a problem. This is what he told me. He said, I understand you want to be respected. No, he was talking about, sometimes people get new positions and they get a title and they let that title get to their head. I'm like, what are you even talking about, bro? Like, I'm the same dude that I was. But see, now I have more responsibility, right? I have to make sure you guys are producing, right? I have to make sure you guys are working. I have to make sure you guys, you know what I'm saying, are being trained well, because there's a specific way we got to do shit. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I'm going to push you with a journeyman who knows what they're doing so that you can know what you're doing, because you didn't work on this switching shit before. The way that we do it. What's up, Derek? So he's like, what did he say? He's just, this is what he wants me to do. He wants me, he was like, I want you to give me a task and leave me alone. That's what he said. And leave me alone. Let me do what I do. I said, I'm not doing that. I said, you're an apprentice. All right? You're an apprentice. I said, you're an apprentice, I'm a journeyman. I said there's a pecking order. There's a chain of command. So I'm not about to just, I don't know how you can work yet. I don't know how you work. Yeah, I got people telling me how you work, but I haven't seen it for myself. And there's nothing for you to do right now like that. So we got a couple hours left in the day, and I wanted you to do, this is what I wanted you to do. And that's what you were supposed to do. You don't run shit. That's what I told him. And, and the whole time, I'm standing there and he's huffing, he's doing all this, and, and I'm like, when I said this, I said, I'm not rolling out the red carpet for Parker because he thinks he's better than everybody else. I said, I'm not, I'm not going to, I treat everybody the same, okay? I give everybody the same treatment. I'm not treating anybody special. And for the most part, everybody does what I tell them to do. I lay them out. They do the work, and they working. You the only one walking around like you the cock of the walk. You the one taking fucking long. I say you don't deserve for me to let you go off on your own with that kind of behavior. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. So basically, he, I backed him down, basically, because I didn't waver. I stood my ground. I looked at him directly in his eyes without that wild bullshit. See, when let me tell you something. When people look at you like that, they're trying their damnedest. I don't know nothing about his daddy, Faye Gray, whatever your name is. I said, basically, when you have dudes that are doing all that posturing, and they're trying their damnedest to look you in the eyes, and they're doing like this, that's their way of kind of controlling where the eye is going, because they don't want the eyes to go this way or that way. But eventually, I did back him down, and he ended up walking away. I was like, okay, for sure. We done for now. No, he challenges all. This dude, what it is he's a weirdo. He's a weirdo because he says a lot of weird shit. Like, even before I became foreman, he would just come up to me and say the weirdest shit that, like, I can't even follow his logic. It's crazy. He says shit like, when the moon meets the stars and popcorn rises from the mountains of Judah, and I be looking at the spherical perpendicular square up in the heavens that parades down in the mountains of Jews, and the Jews be flying around like milk cartons where the children go missing on the side, and then we be picking up the popcorn and eating it, and then I'll be watching the movie. That's basically how he breaks down how he's watching the movie. It's just weird. He's just a weird dude. And I'm not the only foreman that he had a problem with. He's gotten into it with another foreman. They almost came to blows. They almost got into a fight. He got into it with one of my journeymen a couple weeks before when they were off doing something else. Like, the journeyman had to tell him, like, shut the fuck up and do what I told you to do. He said, because what he does is he likes to boss people around where he's at. It doesn't matter if you're a journeyman or apprentice. So they were doing something, and the journeyman was like, he was telling them journeyman what to do. He said, hey man, you don't tell me what to do. I'll tell you what the fuck to do. That's what he said to him. And the journeyman, he's a little white dude, little skinny white dude. He weighs like 140 pounds, but he don't play around. Like, he don't play with apprentices like that. Like, he's like 40-something years old. He's an old school electrician. You know what I'm saying? And he wasn't taking this shit. But anyway, so the next day, I had to give all my apprentices a speech, right? I said I'm gonna have to break it down for everybody, but basically all my apprentices they do what the hell I tell them to do. They don't give me no problems. And I'm not like an asshole. I'm not like an asshole. Like, when I was an apprentice, I had guys be assholes to me. But I had to swallow that because I had just got the army, and that's what I was used to, you know. So, but when I was an apprentice, I was being, you know, oh, do this, do that, you know what I'm saying? People cussing at you and shit. What the fuck are you doing? And all this other shit. Like this, that's how they rocked back in the day. Cause I had a lot of old school electricians as my journeyman back then. But once you show them that you can produce something, that you can do something, that respect builds, that trust builds, and then you all of a sudden you're their tool partner instead of their apprentice. I was a lot of people's tool partners when I was an apprentice. I wasn't, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, but I had that respect. And when they talk shit to me, I rolled with it. But if I felt like they were taking it a little too far, I tell them, like, look, man, take them to the side. I'm a man before I'm an apprentice. You getting a little disrespectful. All right? If you want, we can, you know, hey, I ain't got no problem go out in the parking lot. I don't know where you coming from, but you taking a little too far. Sometimes you have to address people like that. No, he wouldn't last a minute in the military. But this is what happened, right? The next day, I said, all right, apprentices, I'm going to tell you how the apprenticeship works. When you're an apprentice, you have a journeyman and then a foreman, a general foreman that are over you. When these people tell you to do something, they give you a task, they give you instructions. It's your job to carry out those instructions. You know what I'm saying? Because they're not, I mean, it's not, come on. Right? That's how it works. I said, if you got a problem with that, if you can't roll with that, you know what I'm saying? If you got a problem with authority, you got a problem with people instructing you how to do something. I said, we on a plantation right now. And we here to make the owner some money so that we can continue to make money, you know what I'm saying, in this system. That's how it works. I said, if you got a problem with that, go ahead and kick rocks right now. I said, because I ain't dealing with it. I said, if you bust my balls, if you bust my journeyman's balls, or if you bust another apprentice's balls, because guess what? As an apprentice, you don't get to tell another apprentice what to do. It don't work like that. What happened was, you know, everybody's looking like, okay. But they knew I had an issue with this dude. And they knew who I was really addressing, but I had to break it down for everybody because that's the fair way to do it. You're making everyone aware how this shit work. I said, if you ain't down with that, you can go ahead and kick rocks because I'm not dealing with it. I said, I don't stress over shit I can't control. And then the shit I can control that's stressing me, I'll hurry up and alleviate that shit real quick. And the way I can do that is get your ass off my job site, point blank, period. And then I had to say, and I looked at old boy, I said, and another thing, I don't intimidate. It's impossible. I don't get intimidated. I said, I'm a big dude. I've been challenged all my life by motherfuckers who thought, you know what I'm saying? I said, trust me, you don't want to walk in the park with that dog. All right? You don't want to walk in the park with that dog. And I was looking at him, I was like, I don't do that. You know, it is what it is. So after that, hold on, y'all. So after that, he was kind of cool. You know what I'm saying? He didn't really say nothing, but he did what the fuck I told him to do. All right? I told him to do something, he did it. You know? Sometimes you have to, you have to be willing to stand up. You have to stand in your manhood against people like that. Because he saw in my eyes, when I looked at him in the eyes the night before, and I was looking at him, and I wasn't shaking and I wasn't huffing. I was looking at him dead in his eyes. I was steady as a rock. I had my hands in my pocket. That shows confidence. I had my hands in my pockets while this dude's doing this, like he ready to haul off. Chest huffed out. He trying to push the limits. Yeah, exactly. But I don't rock like that because I'm confident enough to have my hands in my pocket. I'm confident to know that even with my hands in my pocket, if he take a swing on me, I can get out the way and counter him with my hands in my pockets. He saw that. Like I said, I've been dealing with cats like that all my life. Those are the betas that people always talk about. All right. So the point is, you don't always have to be huffy. You don't always have to posture. All right. You see, I won the fight without even lifting my hands, taking my hands out of my pockets. I won that fight. He wanted me to do something. Okay. See, this is what happens oftentimes, and this is what the thing is. I'm a big dude, so the automatic thinking is for people who don't have common sense, aren't trained. The what they call that? The assumption is I'm slow, right? That's the assumption. I fought many dudes that thought I was slow because I'm a big dude. They think I can't maneuver. They think I'm not agile enough or whatever they think. And and they find out the hard way how untrue that is. You know what I'm saying? But I don't have to do all. I don't have to. I did that back in the day when I was a teenager. It didn't work out too well. 9 out of 10 fights that I've been in, I've been swung on first. See any scars? I got scars on my knuckles though. I'm just saying. This is the thing. I don't think I'm better than anybody else, and I don't have to prove that I'm better than anybody else. I just do what I do. I heard that, Princess. And you know what? And this kind of brings me to the Tory Lanez situation. All right. I don't know if you guys are aware of that little. Tory Lanez has been going around. Tory Lanez has been going around dissing all these rappers, right? He's been dissing all these rappers, writing these diss songs and shit. They've been going back and forth. My Zone even came at him. I don't know if he came back at My Zone. I don't think he want to walk in the park with that dog either. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he want to walk in the park with that dog. But so he's been beefing with these people, going back and forth. They've been rapping at him. He's been rapping at them. I think it was all these. I forgot whoever these niggas is. Who he been beefing with? This is how up I am on the current hip hop situation. I mean, I'm only aware of it because of this bullshit that he pulled. So this rapper, I think it's Dex or Famous Dax. I don't know what the hell's name is. One of them weird ass names. He decided that he wanted to join in the fun and write a diss track about Tory Lanez, right? And then from what I understand, and I heard a little bit of it, it wasn't even it wasn't even that negative toward Tory Lanez. It was a fun little diss. Famous Dax, one of them niggas, one of them locked fools. But he's like a fun rapper. Like, he's not a gangster rapper. And we all know that Tory Lanez is a singer trying his hand at rapping, and he's from Canada. Like, he's not no gang member. All right, he's one. Come on. But anyway, he decided that he wanted to roll up on Dax with a bunch of dudes in the car and intimidate him to apologize. Okay, for writing a diss song about him. Mind you, this dude has been dissing everyone and even winning in some cases, from what I understand. But when you're gonna pick and choose who you want to roll up on in the streets, so you're gonna choose this non-gangster rapper who wrote a funny little diss song about you that wasn't that negative. You want to roll up on him with your boys and make him apologize? That's that punk shit. All right. See, Why do people do that? Why do people feel like they can pick and choose who they're going to try to get in a physical altercation with when you've been, you know, having these rap songs back and forth with other people who of higher caliber in terms of their street cred? All right, I didn't even think he wrote a return this song to My Zone. How come he didn't roll up on My Zone? My Zone called you all kind of bitches and shit. I heard My Zone shit because I like My Zone. I like My Zone's I like his rapping, you know what I mean? So everybody's supposed to think that Dax is a punk because he apologized when there are 6 dudes in the car and all you can see is them from their heads up. You don't know what they got from their shoulders down. You know what I'm saying? I might even apologize. You know what I'm saying? Dudes are full of cars. I mean, I'm not just gonna he sit up here and act like I can just beat 5 dudes' asses at once. You know what I'm saying? The most I've handled is 3 or 4. You know what I'm saying? And came out, you know, able to not get pounded to the ground. You know, I handled my business enough to not be surrounded and be taken to the ground. I was able to lay some fools out and get away. You know what I'm saying? But 5 or 6 dudes, I'm not that stupid. But what I will do, I'm gonna bank that. I'm gonna store that in the bank. I'm gonna say, okay, nigga. Oh yeah, I apologize. Yeah, my bad. Don't ever let me catch your ass by yourself. Real shit. Cause I'll choke slam your ass. That's how I'd rock with it. But see, this is the problem we're having, okay? With the posturers. You can always sniff out a beta. And I hate using words like beta and alpha and all that other shit because it's so cliche. It's so basic, okay? Rich the Kid robbed is the truth trending story. Yeah? Rich the Kid, is he a rapper? You know, I don't really keep up with all that. The reason that I was so into this story and the stories like with the Bow Wow is because it so pertains to the current state of malehood in our culture and how there's so many punks running around. You know, it's just crazy. I don't understand. It's just like in my trade, even in the army. You know, it's just we're breeding all these soft punks, and you know, all our soldiers are banging in the streets. They're in prison, or they are in the military, going off and fighting overseas and being killed. Okay, and coming back fucked up in the head. All of the protective men, all of the alpha males. I hate using that, but that, I mean, all of the protectors, all of the strong men are being castrated, okay? We're being torn down and torn apart. We're being made useless by all these organizations like MGTOW, the feminist movement, and all this other shit. Like, yo. Well, I'm back. This is nutso. So look, they're trying to completely castrate our men, us men, to the point where they can go ahead and bust a move and roll up in our houses, take our children, take our wives. You know what I'm saying? That, I mean, you have to weaken the protective males, and I believe that's the goal. So they do all these things with the cross dress. They may not have to castrate the men if they can convince them to walk away from their women. Okay? Depopulation agenda achieved. Population control. You know what I'm saying? If we walk away from our women and we don't want to have anything to do with them, we don't want to have children with them, well, there you go. That's an achievement. They're afraid of a challenge. They don't want a woman to challenge them in any way. And then they want to say it's about the court system siding with women. Okay, we all know that, right? We all know that, and that's deliberate. Okay, it's about breaking up the family. That's why the court system side. It's easier to do that because you look less like a freaking prick if you keep the child away from the man than with the woman. You know what I'm saying? So they use that as an excuse for that. But I'm always hearing, you ever hear these MGTOW dudes talk? Only 10% of their conversation is about the court system. The rest is about women wanting them to pull out chairs and they being providers and protectors. Oh, they always ask for something, damsel in distress, all this bullshit, right? So let's be real about what MGTOW is about. MGTOW is about you want to go off and play video games freely, and you don't want to deal with anything. You just want to exist in this world with no purpose and no drive, okay? And you don't want anybody harping on you about that. You don't. Okay, so go ahead and do that, but you don't have to attack women or blame women for everything. You don't have to play blame women. Understanding. Let me ask y'all a question. Is there any other YouTuber that y'all know of whose lives get fucked with this much? Let's be real. Is there any other YouTuber, even big YouTubers that talk that real shit, when they do lives, do their lives get fucked with this much? That's all I want to know. Shit's crazy. When I first started doing lives, I drive in the same areas. Joe's, Joe's, yeah. But I think even more so than Joe's. Like, Joe's get messed with, but I mean, whoa. When I first started out, the first couple months of me doing lives, I barely got buffered. Maybe once every 3 or 4 or 5 lives. Now it happens every freaking live. Every live. I get buffered 8, 9 times. I get buffered to the point I have to close the app, restart my phone, reopen the app, and go back to the live to resume it. I've seen other YouTubers get buffered, and they didn't have to do all that. They waited for it to come back. And the only time, that when I did that hangout, that didn't happen. I did not have not one buffer during that hangout. I don't know. It's crazy. I can understand, I'm driving through certain areas where there might be a little bit of a dead zone, but, driving down my block where I have 18,000 towers, cell phone towers, pushing 4G, how is it? You know what I'm saying? You can explain that away with that reasoning, with maybe one buffer alive. Your blood barely pumps due to these. I'm sorry about that, Faye. I apologize on men's behalf. Okay, because we were talking about this. Even I was talking to this about another journeyman who's about to become a foreman, but he's been in the trade for 32 years, and he's talking about how soft everything is now. Okay, We can't even build men in the trades anymore. I was gonna do another hangout tonight, but my wife is taking me out in celebration for me becoming a foreman. So I'll be hanging out with my wife tonight. You know, probably I don't know. I don't know what we're gonna do. Maybe tomorrow. I don't have to work on Sunday, so you know, I'll be free tomorrow. Anybody want to do a hangout? Thank you, Derek. I'll let her know. Her little shy self. See my sonny back there knocked out. That's crazy. Thank you, Faye. But that's crazy. That my son is back there knocked out. He just woke up 2 or 3 hours ago. These kids, man, they can sleep anywhere. You know what I'm saying? And they hate it. Why do kids hate going to sleep? My daughter, my newborn, or my infant, or she's an infant now, she hates being sleepy. I don't get it, man. I don't get it. I wish, you know what, if I could go back, I wasn't breastfed, but if I could take my daughter's place, you know what I'm saying, suck on the titty and go to sleep and sleep for hours and hours, man, I'd be enjoying that, man. Give me about 2-3 months of that, 2 or 3 months of breastfeeding and taking naps and getting my diaper changed. I ain't got to do nothing but suck a titty and go to sleep. Oh man, I tell you what. You know what I'm saying? But the titty don't. As a grown man, the titty don't belong to me no more. What's up with that, ladies? What's up with that? Huh? How come I can't have a titty no more? Because I can't share. My kid can't share the titty. You got 2 of them, right? You got 2. I can't get a titty. It's not fair, man. It's not fair. I haven't enjoyed a titty in 10 years. Damn near. No, 9 years. My mama said I was wished to be a child. Man, let me tell you. I ain't had a titty though in 9 years. It's for the twins. We ain't got no twins. She can share a titty. That's the brat face I give my wife. Like that. Gets her every time. See, I don't know how to roll my eyes well, so I'll go like this. Like that. It cracks her up. Oh, man. The rounder, the firmer, the better, yeah. You know? But it's all good, you know? Because you know what happens? I don't know how many children most of you women have that enjoy watching my lives, but you know, after about 3 or 4 children sucking on your titties, like they become desensitized. You know, it used to be that roll my neck like that or like this. Which one? But anyway, after about 2 or 3 babies sucking on their titties, it's like they become desensitized. I mean, where before she had kids, I used to grab them suckers and massage nipples and shit, and to get her all hot and bothered. Now it's like she's looking like this. They don't feel it no more, man. It's done. It's a wrap. I'm telling you. But it's all good, you know. I still enjoy the booty and the legs and all that. So it's a beautiful thing. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, y'all. So, like I said, I might hop on it's kids territory, you know. And you know what? You know what? I got more questions for y'all ladies, man. You know what? I'm gonna get this gas, and I'm gonna come ask you ladies some questions, because you know what? I need answers, because there's a lot of unfair stuff going on for us men. Okay? All right. Hold on. Hey, babe. My work number. Hey, am I picking up the girls now, or what's happening? Or you want to still do it tomorrow? It's up to you. Are you ready for them to come over today, or you want to wait till tomorrow? Nothing. I'm doing a lie. I'm not talking about no crazy stuff. That'll get me killed. Don't worry. But do you want them to come over today? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Sounding like changing your mind again. All right. My bad, y'all. So, my question is, what's up, son? What is this? Must be some baby throw up. Anyway, so my question is, I have, yeah. Most women, yeah. No, I mean, she's still soft. It's just when you breastfeed and you got a baby sucking on your nipple every day for hours and hours and hours out the day, you know, this happens. But my question is, so me and my wife, we have a king size bed, okay? Sorry about things I saw going. So we have a king size bed, right? But for some reason, I only get about a quarter of the bed. Why is it, if it's a king size bed and you're half my size, why am I the one who gets the little sliver of bed, you know what I'm saying, on the edge of the bed, and I'm damn near falling out the bed every night? That's what I want to know. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get off this live, and you know, get up with y'all tomorrow or something. You know what I'm saying? See what it do on the hangout. If y'all down to hang out tomorrow, you know, we can go ahead and do that. Anyway, much love to y'all. Hit that like button. Hit the share button. You know what I'm saying? Make sure show me some love.